Hello everyone and welcome to the Gamer Game Show and a segment that we like to call Should I Get It? Basically, I'm going to give you a review on a game, give you some footage, and let you know if it's good and whether it's worth that $60 price tag. The game we're going to be talking about today is Detroit Become Human. First thing I want to talk about is the technical aspects of the game, like the controls and the gameplay and things like that. The controls are pretty solid, okay? So, walking is smooth. The camera, you think would be a problem normally because they have fixed cameras, but if you hit R1 or right bumper on Xbox or whatever it is on computer, on PC, it switches the camera angles for you. That way that's not an issue, so I really like that they did that. The gameplay really makes it immersive as well because the movement that the guy makes, or the girl, or whoever you're playing as in the game makes, is basically the movement you make with the analog stick. So if you're opening a door, you push the analog stick to the right and swing it open, just like you would if you were opening the door. And it just really connects really well with your hand and your eye when you look at the screen. It's hard to explain, but just so you know, the controls are solid and very immersive. And my favorite thing, I played on the PS4, is it used the touchpad. So there's a section, no spoilers, but there's a section where you paint. And instead of pressing X, square, triangle, right trigger, you actually take your finger and brush on the touchpad back and forth or up and down, and you make a painting. It's pretty neat. Secondly, I want to talk about the gameplay, which is absolutely amazing. I never really felt like I was taken out of the action while I was playing. It's very, very smooth transitions, like from character to character. And it was like a Marvel thing where they had title cards, and it's like November 7th, 2038 or something like that. But the transitions were super smooth. I only saw one time where it like cut to black real quick, and then cut back to a cutscene, and I was like, what the? Like, it really took me out of it, but that was only one time, so I can't really complain all that much. And a couple times while I was walking through a level, I would get stuck in weird places, like there'd be a huge gap between a table and like a trash bag, and I'd try to walk in between that gap and she just wouldn't go. Like, my character just wouldn't go through this gap that was literally triple her size, and it happened to me like maybe 3 or 4 times in the game, which really kind of took me out of it, and I was like, come on, like, why is this, why can't I do this? I'd be able to do this in real life. But I think the way the game plays and how solid the controls are and how immersive it is, like, yeah, that sucks, but like, it's nothing game breaking, and it's nothing that you can really complain about with the quality that you're getting with this game. Another thing with the gameplay is the choices. This is the game made by the people who made Heavy Rain, and if you've ever played Heavy Rain, you know that it's a very choice-based game. And so basically, you can make choices in this game and they affect the outcome of what happens. You have an affinity system with other players, whether they like you or not. They can be your friend, they can distrust you, they can hate you, they can just be your acquaintance, they can be neutral. Like, there's an affinity system with people, and the choices you make affect that, and it affects how they react to you in dialogue and what things that you get to have to happen. It's just a really cool system. Like I said, it immerses you. The fact that you can make friends and make enemies and things like that with your choices and change the outcome of things like people dying and people living. It's amazing how the choices are, which brings me to the chart. At the end of each chapter, it shows you all your choices. It shows you this tree, and it shows you the choices you made and what those led to, okay? And then it shows you the choices you could have made. It doesn't tell you, they're locked. But like, it shows there are other choices that you could have made that would have led to different things. And some chapters are shorter than others, and they've got a little tiny tree. And some of them, it takes like a whole minute for all the things to register on the chart. And it's just amazing to like zoom out and look and see how expansive it is. Now, the visuals in this game look amazing. Can't complain about that. Of course, it looks amazing. It's a AAA title. They've been working on it forever. And it looks amazing, and I didn't really run into any glitches other than that one where I can't walk through gaps, which I'm not sure is a glitch. I think it's just like a level design. They didn't want me to go that way, which I could have. It didn't matter, but like I said, it pulled me out of the game a little bit, but it wasn't that bad. Now, the big part that everybody talks about is the story. I highly suggest playing this game with headphones on. It will immerse you in... I played this game for 5 hours yesterday and didn't even notice. I thought I was sitting in front of my TV for 2 hours, and I just really say put headphones on and really immerse yourself in this game if you want to get the full experience. There are 2 different game modes. There's one game mode, kind of like, it's not easy mode, it's not hard mode, but you get to select this. If you select this one mode, you have a less chance of people dying in your game. It doesn't give you so many opportunities to kill off characters. And then there's one that gives you a high chance of killing off characters, which I like, because I like that feeling in your chest whenever you're playing where you get sick at your stomach and you actually care about that character and you don't want it to die and you're scared on what decision you make, and like, is that going to kill my favorite character? Or is this going to kill my enemy? Like, it's interesting to think about these kind of things. The characters in the game are, wow, you really get connected to these characters if you let yourself. There's one, I won't spoil anything, but there's one where you're in a really crappy home situation. You have to decide what to do with that. And another one where you have to decide on your morals. Like, are you going to keep your loyalties toward these people? And it just really, the characters really draw you in, and I don't want to say anything to spoil it, obviously, but it is just amazing what they did with the characters. And you really just start to feel for them. And I will say this is the only game I have ever played in my life that I actually cried like a little baby at the end. The ending I got just made me just break down, like, oh no, and then it just cut to black, and I realized there's nothing I could ever do. And there were moments where people died, where I didn't want them to die, and I caught myself pausing the game and trying to go back and load another save, but that's not an option. You can't just do that. And it was just the most emotional game I've ever played. It tackles a lot of social issues about racism. You can see parallels to the Underground Railroad and things of that nature, and how androids are treated as a lower class. But all in all, this is an amazing game. If I had to give this a rating, it would be like a 9 out of 10. I woke up this morning after playing that game, and I just couldn't bring myself to play it again. I wanted to do another playthrough because I plan on doing a philosophy of episode on this, and I just could not do it. I couldn't bring myself to go back into that world, but I will eventually. It was so emotionally rattling for me that I could not do it, and that's really what I look for in a game, and I haven't seen a game like that in a long time, and it worried me that maybe those kind of games weren't going to be around anymore, but they definitely proved me wrong. Anyways, guys, that is a Should I Get It? Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe button, and just a heads up, I am now out of college, and I will be able to start posting videos more regularly, which is amazing. I can't wait to start doing that again. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.